Welcome to another map completion question type.
Hear part of a talk to a gardening club about a local park. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14.
The heading is MINSTER PARK. Here you have the south gate, the east gate, the west gate, and the river up towards the north. The northern boundary of the park is a river. And in the center of the park, you have a pond called Lily Pond. Okay? The first place we're supposed to label is the statue of Diane Gosforth. And then wooden sculptures, playground, maze, tennis courts.
Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
And the fitness area. Okay.
Okay, let me tell you about some of the changes that have been made and some things that have been retained. If you look at this map, you'll see the familiar outline of the park, with the river forming the northern boundary, and a gate in each of the other three walls. The statue of Diane Gosforth has been moved. It used to be close to the south gate, but it's now immediately to the north of the Lily Pond.
So the statue of Diane Gosforth used to be close to the south gate, probably here at H, but it has been moved to immediately the north of Lily Pond. So you can see the Lily Pond here, and the north of Lily Pond is E. You might say that B is also at the north of Lily Pond, but the key word is immediately to the north. So immediately means right next to. So immediately to the north of Lily Pond is E. Okay, so that is where the statue of Diane Gosforth is now. Wooden sculptures.
In the center of the park, which makes it much more visible. There's a new area of wooden sculptures, which are on the riverbank, where the path from the east gate makes a sharp bend.
So it's on the riverbank. At that point, you have A, B, and C. They're all on the riverbank. But then he said at the point where the path from the east gate makes a sharp bend. So riverbank, so we're going upwards. From the east gate, we go upwards. At the point where it makes a sharp bend, that's where the wooden sculptures are. So that's C. So at the part where the path from the east gate makes a sharp bend, that is C. The playground.
There are two areas that are particularly intended for children. The playground has been enlarged and improved, and that's between the river and the path that leads from the pond to the river.
So the playground is between the river and the path that leads to the river from the pond. This is the pond, right? This is the path that will lead you from the Lily Pond to the river, and this is the river. So they are saying that the playground is between the river, is between here and here, because this is the path that will lead you from the pond to the river. This is the path, and this is the river. So what do we have between the river and the path is B. So that is where the playground is. Okay? Now, the maze.
Then there's a new maze, a circular series of paths separated by low hedges. That's near the west gate. You go north from there towards the river and then turn left to reach it.
So they started by saying that it's on the west, you get there from the west gate. So from the west gate, you go north towards the river, and there's a path that goes left to reach it. So that really brings us to A. A is where the maze is. So now the tennis courts.
There have been tennis courts in the park for many years, and they've been doubled from 4 to 8. They're still in the southwest corner of the park.
So they've been doubled from 4 to 8 tennis courts, and they're still in the southwest corner of the park. Okay, remember your cardinal points. So if you have a cardinal point placed right here in the middle of this map, they have an indication here that you can say this is the northern part, while this is the south. This is the west, and this is the east. So if this is south and this is west, then the southwest corner is in between the south and the west, which is right here. This is the southwest corner of this map. Okay, so they're saying that the tennis court is still there. So G. The last one is the fitness area.
Right angle bend in the path.
So it's at the southwest corner where there is a right angle bend in the path. Everything still points to G.
Something else I'd like to mention is the new fitness area. This is right next to the lily pond on the same side as the west gate.
So this is Lily Pond, and they are saying that the new fitness area is right next to the Lily Pond on the same side as the west gate. This is the west gate, this is Lily Pond. So it's next to it on the same side as the west gate. So the new fitness area is at D. Okay, that's it for today.